So see it? Now watch this. Bam.
Nice.
See that? It's a little stupid thing. Yeah. So yours is going to be a little close, but fuck it. Who cares? It's raw.
Why not?
Chad's going to have to lean into the left.
Yeah, maybe.
Just
start. Who cares? We're live already anyway.
Started.
Yeah,
Did you share the link?
Yeah.
All right. Wait for a few people to jump on. Welcome some folks. We don't do the merch drive on Fridays. Everybody knows that, but because you got in the car and says do a video, we're fucking doing one. We just recorded the podcast like a few minutes ago. It was a really an hour-long podcast. Nice. It was pretty good. We got the intro and the outro done to the pod. I'm just gonna drive. What's up, Fernando? What's going on?
We got Anthony, we got Kevin, myself. My name is Chad.
Yep. We got Chad Rubin here, top 500 Amazon seller.
Hold on, I want to say this.
What's up, Amanda?
We got three phones going. We got one video, and I'm posting it on the Amazon.
So Chad's recording on his video because Chad has a YouTube channel that he's building up, and he's also starting media stuff as well. Valor, what's up? And we have ours. You're recording something too?
No, sorry.
We got two cameras up. Fernando said hi, Chad.
What's up, Fernando?
Yeah. You know, I was talking to my buddy about this, the guys who've been pushing us to do this more media stuff. He's like, you know what, we should be doing Instagram as well. How do I do it?
Yeah.
He's like, set up fucking two phones. I'm like, now we're gonna have a phone here for Instagram Live, a phone here. You're recording YouTube. We got all the whole fucking social media world covered. What's up, Jack? Yeah, guys, Chad is a friend of mine. I'm gonna tell you guys right now how we met Chad. And number one,
how did we meet?
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you right now in case you don't fucking know. So, but this is what the shit you got to do in order to build relationships. And you know, Chad's a very successful guy. He's a monster in e-commerce, crushes Amazon. I've told you guys about him plenty of times. Hey, Cassie. And so this is what happened. We were looking for an inventory management system because we were growing our Amazon FBA business, fast, and we were adding so many SKUs, and it was getting fucking crazy. Sending an inventory, it was just too much. We were at the point where we needed something to manage the inventory. Kevin interviewed. Right now we're driving to I don't even fucking know where. We're in Fort Lee in Chadstown where his office is, and we're just gonna drive around until we decide to stop. So yeah, Kevin,
let's go to Whole Foods.
Yeah, we're gonna go to Whole Foods.
I'm gonna say that. I'm not gonna say too much. I'm just gonna do the comments.
And this is a last minute merch drive. So Kevin was looking for an inventory management system. I watched a couple webinars just from people doing webinars content. I seen Chad on there. I didn't really know what he did, but he was a speaker on some webinars. I think Seller Sessions, those guys in the UK, maybe CPC Strategy, one of those webinars. And then I said, Kev, look at this inventory man. It's called Skubana. Kevin looked at it and said, wow. He's like, this is perfect. This is what we need. This guy built this management system for e-commerce and for Amazon. This will work great. So like, dude, and then, he's like, how'd you find him? I'm like, oh, this guy Chad, he's the owner. I found him on a webinar, whatever. So his guys kept trying to close us on the phone. We wanted to do it, and it was finally the time to say yes or no. And we said, and we knew they were in Jersey, pretty close to us. We said, all right, listen, we'll do it right now. We'll sign the deal and commit to a year, but we want to meet and greet with the CEO of the company. Otherwise, we're not doing it.
Yes,
that's what we said. So the guy said, hold on 1 second. Came back on the phone and said, you got it, no problem. He's like, when do you want to come in? We're like, as soon as possible. 2 days later, we went to Chad's office. We sat down. We were just bullshitting in the room for about an hour. His next appointment canceled. He's like, you want to hang out for a little while more? We hung out another hour. Next thing you know, we're hanging out. We're in fucking Vegas. We're doing this, we're that. And now we're mixing up with business. But that's the shit you got to do in order. You got to surround yourself with people, and that's how you build relationships. Hey, Christy. So
Can I say one thing?
That's how it happens.
I want to say one thing. Why did you accept that? Because for us, we've had people approach us we don't want to talk to them. Why did you accept?
Because he wanted the fucking deal.
No, I want to hear.
I'm also a big believer in networks.
Networks.
The power of networking.
Talk that way.
So I'm a big believer in the power of networking and surround yourself by like-minded individuals.
Right.
So I mean, not only we learn from each other now, it's more collaborative.
Yeah.
But I didn't know what to expect in that meeting. I just took it and I was like, okay, worst thing that could happen.
Not knowing anything about us, our business, nothing, right.
But worst thing that can happen is we get a deal.
Is you got a customer.
Right?
Yeah.
Best thing that can happen is I have a network for life.
Right. Yep. And that's exactly what happened. So that's where we are now. That's where in the car we're going to Whole Foods. We're actually meeting with Chad today because I told you guys a couple times that we're going to be doing a podcast together now, me and Chad, and talking about a lot of things, which we'll talk about in a minute. But Chad, you want to give a quick background on your whole e-commerce, Amazon, where you came from and how you built it the fuck up to where it is now, which is amazing.
Sure. So I started in 2009. Running an internet business, but if you back up the truck a little bit, so my parents had a vacuum store growing up, and they were struggling constantly to make ends meet. Like I would literally have to go find money in between the seat cushions in my car. And so I watched my parents struggle, and I was like, I never want to be an entrepreneur. I never want to go through what they're going through, because if that's what an entrepreneur looks like,
right, I'm gonna get a job.
Yeah. So I actually I was a first generation college grad, and I went on to study finance, which is an area that my parents were really deficient in. And then I went on to Wall Street. So I started working on Wall Street, working from 7 a.m. till 2 a.m. All day. My girlfriend at the time, my wife now, never saw me. And I was covering internet stocks. I was telling hedge funds and investors if they should buy, sell, or hold eBay, Amazon, Netflix. And so I started finding that e-commerce was a growing opportunity and a massive market, especially during the Great Recession in 2008.
Yep.
So I told my parents, I was like, guys,
the mortgage money all went to online.
You should be selling on Amazon, I said to my parents. And they were like, Amazon? What do you mean selling on Amazon? They're trying to put us out of business.
Right.
And I said, no, you can sell on their marketplace. So I actually helped them unload inventory on Amazon, but I quickly realized that being a reseller is not the way to be successful in the future. Because it was just like playing musical chairs, right? Somebody owns the buy box today, somebody loses the buy box tomorrow.
Yep.
So I decided, my father had passed away, and I started to start a direct-to-consumer manufacturing business called Crucial Vacuum to sell direct online. Bypass the middleman. Cut out all the layers in the middle. So we started Crucial.
Was your family at that time already sourcing overseas?
No, they were just reselling.
Just reselling, that's it?
They were just reselling.
So you just went all the way?
I took a trip to China and started with my first vacuum filter, which led to the second filter, which led to the first carton, which led to the first container. And after 5, 6, 7, I dominated the industry. This is before ASM and all these courses teaching you how to
if you started back then, ASM was like 2012, 13, you were 2009.
So this was early, and people call it now private labeling. I just call it, hey, let's just go direct, let's just create a brand.
Right. Now it's called private label, white label, whatever.
Weird.
Yeah.
So so then out of that problem, I scratched another itch, which was, okay, how do I run and automate my business with the least amount of employees, having a staff working on only high value activities, but managing everything in one place, which is how I started Skubana.
Yep, and now you own Skubana, monster Amazon business, as well as Walmart, Wayfair, Pricefulls, Groupon, all the other sites you told me about. We don't really talk numbers. I'm an open number. A lot of guys don't really talk numbers, that's a big Jersey thing too. I just talk about it. I've never asked Chad what your numbers are, but I know Chad's doing like crazy numbers. I'm gonna guess, you don't have to verify, he's doing like $500,000 a month on Amazon, but you don't have to talk numbers. But I just know it's somewhere around there if you're top 500.
It's around 500 a month across all the places.
Across all the places. That's ridiculous. That's fucking awesome, bro. So we want to be where you are, man. So that's tremendous. And we're gonna take 10 times.
Get there.
And you're fucking right, we are.
We'll probably do it in a short amount of time.
Yeah, because you know what? There's more tools now, and we're taking 10 times the action most people do. Right,
Yeah.
with 10X. Have you ever read the 10X?
I actually have it on my. I've listened to it already.
Cardone. I just started I'm on chapter 4 or 5. I fucking love it, dude.
It's good. It's like good pump up music. It's like music.
Yes, that's why I want to play it. I told Kevin I want to do it. I want to play it every morning, one chapter for the office for the employees. It's like success. He just pounds success into your fucking head. It's awesome. I fucking love it.
It's great.
Yeah, great. So, Chad just got accepted into Amazon merch.
Yes.
All right, you waited. Look.
Wait, here's the story with that. Hold on.
Yeah.
I applied a year ago, and it got somehow at the bottom of my email box.
Yeah.
And I wrote a letter to Amazon because I found the email because I was like, okay, I want to get on top of this Amazon merch thing. I think it's gonna be big. And I wrote them a letter, and they're like, sorry, since you didn't actually put in your credentials at the time we sent you the email, we gave away your slot.
You didn't set it up.
Yeah, didn't set it up. They took it away.
Yep, that's what they do.
Suddenly, though, they wrote me back a couple days ago after my trip to Italy, saying, hey, you're accepted. You're in.
That's
so
fucking
now
awesome.
I have a brand new account. I'm ready to rock and roll, and I got to figure out what I'm going to do.
Well, here's the funny part, right? So I've been talking about merch ever since we met, 3-4 months ago, whenever it was, 5-6 months ago. And, he watches the drives whenever he has time. The dude's a fucking workaholic maniac. He works 19 hours a day. He don't even sleep. So whenever he has time, he does listen to the show and he asks me questions here and there. So he got accepted, right? He was so excited. This is a guy who's doing $500,000 a month. So excited to get accepted to merch. So he's in Italy on vacation. And he emails me, hey, I'm in Italy on vacation. I got accepted to merch. I'm going to need your help. I'm like, all right, no problem. Then 2 days ago, he sends me an email. He shows me, he does a screenshot. It said 25 tier, 5 submissions a day, 0 live, and sends me, all right, what do I do? He writes. I'm like, bro, this is going to require a little bit longer of a conversation. Wait till Friday, which is today. We come to your office, we'll grab lunch, we'll talk about the podcast, and we'll talk about how do we do merch with Chad and how do we help Chad. So, you know, just speaking out loud, right when you said that, and I hung up, I said, Kevin, what did I say to you? I said, Kevin, I said, this guy Chad's fucking nuts. I said, he's got so much on his plate. I said, he can't do this the way most people are doing this. You know, how do we help him set up the business the way we have ours set up? Where we have the virtual assistant, the designers, all being managed, submissions being done on autopilot, where there's least amount of time required for him, because you don't have any fucking time. You might think you do, but you don't.
Understood.
Until your wife just fucking kills you, right? So we're gonna talk about some of that today and how we can get Chad motoring quick with what we know now.
But what are some tips you can give to people that are listening into myself? If you have a brand new merch business, what's the first thing you need to do?
You know what? I'll let them, because all these guys been like in the group. They all have a merch account. I'll let you guys spit back some info because we're gonna talk anyway.
Yeah.
But so what kind of advice could you give this guy, who's a top 100 Amazon seller, of how to get started with the merch business? What's the first thing that you guys do? I'm going to say the first thing, well, besides getting it set up, is what's up, Benny? Benny's away right now, and he's in Iceland. And he's on the face. I think you're in Iceland, right, bro? You went last night?
Yeah, dude, what time is it there?
I don't know what time it is in Iceland. FBA, lots of dough, but it's mostly revenue, not profit. Well, it depends on the product. I mean, I know what he sells. I'm sure the margins are very high. So it all depends, Jack. You know, with us, it's buy 5,000 shirts. There's good advice. So the way, you know, you got to tier up. So you're at the 25 tier. You got to get 25 slots in, and you got to get 25 sales. And this game is a volume game. Get out of the 10 tier. Buy your own shirts. See, what up, boys? So, you know, instead of wait, you could buy your own shirts, and it's completely okay. It's not against terms of service. So you put up 10 Skubana shirts.
Okay.
Buy them. Or 25. Skubana, Home Revolution, which is Jay's company, and maybe Crucial Vacuum. Put up logo shirts, front, back, 25 of them, and just buy them for the company. Now you buy yourself out of the 25 tier. Now you're at 100. You can do 10 a day, whatever it may be, and you want to get out of those tiers. We're at the 2,000 tier. We got like 1,400 live, and we should be.
There's a couple comments back there. See that? What it says?
Looks like he knows what to do. My first advice: when you think you are being overly careful with trademark stuff and doing enough research and check.
The comment before that.
Wow.
The one.
No,
Down.
I would talk to the guy in the back seat. When the trademark stuff is really serious, bro. Like, you hire an excellent designer straight off the bat.
I have an excellent designer out of the gate right now.
All right, in-house?
I got one in-house, I got one out of house.
All right, so designers, check. You got a virtual assistant that you could train, that maybe we could have our assistant train up to be like ours.
I would say if you have all the roles, but make sure it's within the cost that it should be.
All right.
We started out.
That's your job, Kev.
And my designers are sick. So I'm telling you right now that the cost is going to be a lot higher for my shirts unless I just start putting together some.
It's a big thing, bro, because you know what? I tell you, 70% of your shirts will never even sell. So if you're paying high money for shirts that never sell, like our total cost of design plus submission all done is like $1.85 each.
Well, I'm gonna give you two metrics: $3 to $7 per live shirt per month. That's what you're gonna earn in royalties. That's the first.
$3 to $7 per month per live shirt. So give an example. So if you have 1,000 shirts live, you should make $3 to $7 per month per shirt. So $3,000 to $7,000. If you pay $10,000 for those 1,000 shirts, you're not going to make money till month 3 or 4.
It's a 4-month payback.
It's a 4-month payback as long as those numbers equal out. You don't have to be you don't have to chase the money in this business. You don't have to go down 4 months. You could break even in month 1 month 2 with the right cost.
Let's put it this way: we listened to a lot of podcasts. We gathered a lot of information, and what we found out is $3 to $7.
Speak louder so they can hear you.
$3 to $7. That's the metric. Like, I'll give you an example. So there was a guy who posted yesterday. He said he's at the 8,000 tier mark. He does 900 t-shirts a week, and I did the math. So 900 t-shirts a week times 4 weeks times $7 came out to $3.15 per live t-shirt per month. Every time you do the math, every time someone gave an example.
So that guy's doing what, about $6,000 a week in revenue?
In
royalty.
25 grand a month in royalties.
No, a week.
No, it's a month.
Oh, and royalty. Sorry. Yeah. So at the 8,000 tier, he's making 25,000 a month royalty.
Royalty.
That's good, bro.
So the point is, like, I haven't heard anybody justify a higher cost because their live designs were at, like, say, $20 or $30 and had never seen it before.
Right.
It's always been 3 to 7. I've seen guys at like 10. I've heard guys at like 12. But that's like on the higher end. I'm just trying to be like, okay, if we're average, the bell curve is $3 to $7. Anything below that is unacceptable. Anything above that, then you're really good. But I didn't want to take the chance of hiring someone that was more expensive and then just blowing the money out. So that's one. The second metric is this: 15% of our live T-shirts sell per month that are different. So the other 85% do not sell. So with that in mind, that's like the...
And out of the 15% of the shirts that do sell a month,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Did you expect those shirts to do well, or it's just random?
Random.
They're pretty random.
All random. The ones you think are going to sell, never sell. The pieces of shit you think no one's going to buy, they buy. You don't know. It's weird. It's just like it's like a landing page.
It's 80-20.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah, but you don't know which ones. You have no idea which ones are going to be the fucking 20. It's the ones you think that are gonna aren't. The only times like, oh, this shirt's gonna sell, baby. Nothing. And then like, I can't believe someone bought this fucking shirt. You just see this one last night. That I'll say it out loud. It's a picture of a big fat guy who's mad. It says angry fat man shirt. It's a big fat guy, and somebody bought it last night. And I'm like, who?
And how do you come up
some
with
angry fucking fat guy must have bought this shirt.
Let's one more question because we're about to get to Whole Foods. How do you come up with the niches that you need to get into? So the fat guy, or the cat, or the taco, or the jiu-jitsu.
So I'll talk about this. So it's funny you say that because on the podcast we spoke about this today. So the way we've done it, if we haven't been too niched out, we've been pretty much going after saturated niches and not giving a fuck. Because I was turning Amazon marketing services on, figuring out even with saturated market, I could be on the first page. Is this Whole Foods?
Yeah.
I just drove here by accident. You didn't know where to go?
Yeah, no, you got here.
No way.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Wow. That's amazing. I had no idea where I lived. I've never even been here before in my life.
Man, you've been very lucky. Dude.
Fucking luck is...
Really?
Listen, Grant Cardone says, luck is a byproduct by taking 10 times more action than other people. That's why luck comes. Luck becomes with the amount of action you take.
You know what? It's funny. You just drove around Old Town and just found it.
And I just found it because of all the action we're taking. So, what were we just talking about?
So instead here, throw shit at the wall and see what sticks, then take the same shit, make more poop, and sprinkle it with glitter.
By the way, he's the moderator.
He's one of the moderators in the group. That's Phil. So, so the niches. So we went after a lot of saturated niches, but a lot of guys crush it when you really find those sub niches that aren't. There's not a lot of competition. Not a lot of competition, and you saturate those sub niches. So what I just did was 2 days ago, I went on Fiverr. I took 5 niches. I'll give you an example, right? I said I took 50 niches, and I went to Fiverr. I said I'm going to pay $50 for someone to get me 10 sub niches of these 50 niches to get me 500 sub niches that my designers could design on. So I give you an example.
So
I
you
said,
paid someone to find the niches.
so I gave him the niches. I said, I gave him yoga. I said yoga. I said example for 10 sub niches under yoga would be Bikram yoga, Vinyasa yoga, 10 different kinds of yoga. I gave him 50 categories. $42 later, 3 days later, I had 500 sub niches in my email.
So he did all the research.
All the research for me. I made it now. Out of those 500, I went through about 100 of them, right? And I took each sub niche. I love the Jersey accent. I took each sub niche, right? I went through about 100 of them. I put them into Amazon, and I saw if there was a lot of competition or very low, and if there was at least like on the first page.
So
like,
what's the indicator for a lot of competition?
for example, if I put in Cat's T-shirt into Amazon, it'll say 1 out of 142,000 shirts. That's what it'll say, right? And if you find a really, like I found a sub niche today that said 1 out of 50. Only 50 shirts in that with that keyword were even listed on there, and on the first page almost every shirt had a BSR. That means that it's sold. If a shirt has a BSR, it's sold. If it says not ranked, that means it never sold. So some sub niches I typed in, there was like 100 shirts, and they were all not ranked, which means it never sold. So I didn't pick those. So I took sub niches that had at least a BSR, that most of the first page at least had a sale, and then we gave 10 of those to the designers. And the designers next week are going to design all those sub niches. So that's the way we're doing. We didn't figure out the niche thing yet. We're just trying different things. But I think this is probably the best thing that we've tried so far. And I think it's going to work really good. If it is, I'll just pay this fucking guy once every couple months and get 500 more. I'm trying to take all like the stupid tedious shit out of it. I don't want to do sub niche research. I want someone else to do it for $42. So that's where we're at. So that's some of the shit that we're going to go over.
Cool.
I can actually teach you some fucking things.
Yeah,
finally,
I'm
right?
excited.
He's been teaching us shit for 5 months. Finally, we can teach him something. So, all right, we're at Whole Foods. We're going to go grab lunch. Thanks for coming on last minute. we recorded the podcast this morning. It was a really good podcast. It's really fucking funny too. I'll probably put it up later tonight. And Chad, thanks for coming on. You'll be hearing more from Chad though on the drives, also on Chad's podcast, and we'll tell you guys about that. All right. So have a great weekend.
Bye.